Hey, how's it going? Dylan here. Welcome to episode 4 of Blu-ray Addict Weekly. Hope you're all enjoying the lead up to Christmas. We've got a few things to cover today. Not a massive video by any means, but finally got paid, so let's jump into what I picked up this week to start off. So this week, Defiant sent me over a review copy of The Bombing, which is a film that has Bruce Willis, Adrien Brody, I'm guessing a lot of other actors, and they're probably only in it for 5 seconds, most likely. But thanks for Defiant for sending this over. I'm kind of interested to see this one, to see what it's all about. I also picked up on a cracking deal. I thought I was going to wait till after Christmas to buy a lot of this stuff, but I noticed I got a 50% off box sets voucher from JB Hi-Fi in my email. And I couldn't resist on pulling the trigger on the X-Men, the original X-Men trilogy, which is obviously multiple individual cases, all 4K. So I'm very, very keen to check these out. Hopefully I'll get to watching one or two of these tonight to see how that one is, and the quality-wise and things like that. But I'm really keen to watch these again. I actually don't own these on Blu-ray. Basically because I heard about them coming out in 4K the rumors a while ago, so I kind of held back, and I'm glad I did because these hopefully look fantastic. Now let's get into the releases coming out today, Wednesday of this week. So, what do we got this week? A bit better than last week in terms of the number of titles. Still not a huge week, but obviously it's Christmassy time. A lot of the studios kind of shutter and things like that. For instance, Umbrella Entertainment, one of my favourite distributors, are releasing their January titles a little bit early, just to get them out the door, I guess. So we've got Apt Pupil on Blu-ray, Stephen King's movie, and I'll be hopefully getting a review copy of that in the next week or so, so very keen to check that out. They've also got a double feature of Felicity and Center Spread coming out on Blu-ray. I don't think I'm going to be getting a review copy of this. It doesn't particularly interest me. But they've been doing a lot of these kind of double features of classic films, so it's really cool. This week we also have Entertainment One releasing The House with a Clock in Its Walls, which I didn't get to see in cinemas originally. It's coming out on Blu-ray. It's also available on iTunes in 4K supposedly, and E1 have kindly sent me a code to review it on iTunes, so that's something different. I just had to struggle with iTunes just then to get it to work, but I think I finally got it. But yeah, that should be interesting. Look out for a review from me for that. So this week, Universal Sony Pictures Home Entertainment have the bulk of the titles coming out. We've got Searching coming out on Blu-ray, Ladies in Black and Johnny English Strikes Again, both coming out on Blu-ray also. And we also have a couple of catalogue Ultra HD titles, Hansel and Gretel and Shutter Island. Definitely keen to check out Shutter Island myself. Lastly, from Roadshow, we have 2 titles coming out this week. We've got The Nun on Blu-ray and also a limited edition Blu-ray Steelbook at JB Hi-Fi, and also Smallfoot on Blu-ray. Let me know in the comments if you plan on picking any of those up or what you thought of those ones. I'm always here to chat. What did I watch this week? What have I been looking at on my screen? This week's been a bit of an interesting one. First saw Bumblebee after recording last week's video in an advanced press screening. Really fun time. By far the best Transformers film out there. My review should be up by now on my channel, so go check that one out. Then I gave Mission Impossible Fallout yet another viewing with the second commentary track. Really interesting stuff with the editor. Then I finally got to watch First Reformed, which I absolutely loved. I'm not going to do a review of it because it wasn't a review copy and it's been out a while now, for example. But I thoroughly enjoyed that film. It's gone actually right up to my 5th top film of the year. So definitely some really good performance there from Ethan Hawke. I also finally checked out Death of Stalin the night after. And it was a really fun satire, really, really good actors, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Then yesterday, I got my parents to take the kids, and my wife and I went and had a movie date, which we don't get to do very often at all. It's been about 4 or 5 months since we've gone somewhere together without the kids. So we went and saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in Gold Class at Event Cinemas have a glass of wine and some food there. We splurged money wise. It was a really nice day out, and we really enjoyed that film. That film is insanely good. That's also in my top 10 now. Drop what you're doing if you haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because it is fantastic, utterly spellbinding, really cool film. I've also been watching Travelers Season 3, which came out on Friday night. I'm a big fan of Travelers. If you haven't checked it out, it's from one of the creators of Stargate TV series. It stars a bunch of sci-fi Canadian actors who you would know from other sci-fi shows that are filmed in Canada. So a lot of Stargate alumni. Amanda Tapping directs a bunch of the episodes, and she's also in it as a side character throughout some of the seasons. But this third season was really ridiculously good, and I don't know, the ending is a bit ambiguous on if it's going to continue, but they've definitely pulled out the stops for this season, and I'm thoroughly interested in what comes next. Thanks very much for watching this week's episode of Blu-ray Addict Weekly. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, hit that bell button to be notified of new uploads as they become available. Hit me up in the comments or on Twitter, always open for a chat. Don't forget to have a really good Christmas. I've got some really cool stuff coming. There's a couple of reviews still left to get through to you guys, and then I'm going to be working on some top 10 lists of the year, top 10 movies, scripts, possibly, things like that. The fun stuff you get to do at the end of the year, collate everything and discuss. I'll also be doing, as voted by you, an entire collection video this year, which is going to be a big undertaking compared to previous years because my collection has really ballooned this year. That's going to be an interesting one. I might even have to film it over multiple days. Camera will probably run out of battery. Anyway, till next time, take care.